Coming to you live from RoofCon 2020, this is the American Contractor Show.
Oh.
I was waiting for that one. We got Dustan Biegler here and Aaron Christy, Apple Roofing and Indy Roof Company. We're getting ready to wrap up RoofCon. We just finished talking, and we got I think 2 more sessions left, and then this thing's over.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited because we've got a veteran roofer. Dustan, how long have you guys been in business now?
11 years.
11 years.
Yep.
Aaron Christy.
Yeah, we're in our second full year.
Second full year. And this is going to be a cool conversation because, you know, Aaron, you came to RoofCon last year for the first time.
Yep.
And I think RoofCon was kind of one of those moments that just changed the course of your business. And you guys on from, I don't know, what did you guys do last year?
We did 1.8 last year. We're
That's
on
still
track.
Respectable.
Yeah, we're
for
on
your
track.
first year. That's a great number.
That's very good.
Yeah, we had it was me and 3 part-time guys, and then this year we're on track to do 8. And we started the year with 4 guys, and we're at 18 sales guys and 5 staff.
Dude, that's insane for year 2. And
It is.
I wanted to actually kind of have Dustan, because the fact that you were here was awesome, because this was a kind of a cool conversation. You've got a guy that's gone through this, built these businesses. You are now in the, how much do you guys at, like 30, 40?
35 million. Yeah.
$35 million range. And, you know, you got Dustan here that, or Aaron, that's just, you know, is on his second year doing $8 million. This is a cool conversation here. Like, I'd like to see what tips and advice Dustan has for a guy like you that's growing your business, going down that same road that you've already gone through. You probably can save him so much time and, you know, heartache.
I'll take those as well.
I'm going to guess, you know, when I look at roofing companies, there's like 3 categories, right? And I think from, 1 to 8 million, guys are looking at like their first worry is revenue, right? They've got to create revenue. And now you've obviously figured out how to create revenue, right? Or you wouldn't be there very quickly. As soon as you start getting to that level, you're starting to feel like some pain in the operations, right? Now you got to figure out some processes, because what used to work at the size you were, I can't believe you got there so quickly. Amazing.
Thank you.
Good job. Now you've got to work on those processes, right? And as soon as you figure out those processes, you're going to continue to modify those forever.
Yeah.
But you're going to, I think the next, like, let's say resistance points in your growth is probably right around like the $25 million mark. That's where it was for us. And then I think you really got to look at, okay, we've got a good sales process. We've got a great operations. We're fulfilling, our sales very well.
Yep.
And then you're going to probably be looking at like more leadership within your company. So like this is a cool event for you to come to. You're probably leapfrogging ahead of, if you were here last year, that's part of the reason, I'm sure, how you skipped, it took me 3 or 4 years to get where you did in 2. That's amazing. So coming to an event like this, or putting yourself around others that are, doing that, and being open-minded and always be absorbing, that's going to take you to the next place. I'm sure that must be what you had to do. I'd love your input, and hear your story of how you made that happen.
Well, yeah, tell us a little bit about how that did work.
How I've got to where I am. Well, so long story about how I got into roofing, but once I decided to go full bore in the roofing business, it was basically me. A couple of my friends that actually are the ones that got me into roofing, and they came on, and they were working part-time. They had their own jobs, but they were working with me part-time selling roofs, and we kind of went through, and honestly, we dealt with a lot of realtors. It's a lot of work. They run you around. They want everything done yesterday. But they are very good clients, because if you treat them well, they will have plenty of business for you. and they refer you to people. And I absolutely love all the realtors that we work with. And so we started doing that, and we started digging in. We got a Top Golf. You've been to Top Golf with me. We got a Top Golf corporate membership. We started hosting like their lunch and learns and different things up there and getting our name out. And we just started developing a nice network. And then we ask everybody for reviews. If you look up our reviews, we have hundreds of reviews. And it's because even if we went to somebody's house and they didn't have damage, I still asked for a review. Like, hey, will you let people know that we're honest and that I'm not out here just telling you to file a frivolous claim? And I honestly got more calls from those reviews, I think, than I did from even other ones, because people want to know an honest opinion. Hey, is there damage or not just somebody coming out to try to get you to do something. So we started doing that. And then I built a decent structure throughout all of that. We had a good network. We had good reviews. We were building a good company name. And then this year, one of my very good friends, lifelong friends, Josh Conrad, decided to come on, and he's the total opposite of me. He is very good with structure and management, and he ran a warehouse with 10,000 people, and he came on about the same time that we had a nice storm. And because of the base system that we had in place and Josh's management skills, we were able to bring on a few more people. And then we were working the leads that we're getting from this storm. We ran some off of very, very limited Facebook marketing knowledge that I have. I was able to geo-target some of the storms. We got a bunch of leads coming in because I did it personally.
Right.
The storm was going on. Me and Josh were on a golf cart. I stopped golfing. He drove around while I was working my Facebook. That was a Saturday night, March 28th. Sunday, we woke up and had like 20 message requests. We got the 8 guys out on Sunday. We're running them, and then it never stopped. We just kept going. Those leads turned into referrals, which turned into us working and the guys knocking more doors. And then we still haven't actively looked for sales people. They see our guy, everybody that works for us is somebody that either we knew or were friends of somebody that was working for us. They just saw these people making money, having a good time, enjoying their job, and they came on. And if they fit, we allowed them to get on with us. If they didn't, then we just told them it's not the right time. But we got a positive crew. All 20 of the guys that are in the company, we could all go out and do something together and enjoy it. We're in a giant group chat where everybody asks questions. The newer guys help the older guys, and the older guys help the newer guys, depending on what the questions are and what's going on. But I just think it's a good chemistry, and that's kind of, and everything just kind of aligns, and that's how we got to where we are.
I want to hear your take on this.
I love that story. I mean, some of the things that you've done, I'm like looking back and going, oh yeah, we did that, right? And he's doing this so quickly. Even the group chat you're talking about, like, that's actually a really big deal for companies to have that. And the way that you're recruiting, right? You're bringing people that already fit with your culture. That's a big deal. And then like having that group chat actually creates and maintains a good culture, that isn't people, when they grow too quickly and bring new people into the organization, you're always risking the culture. And it sounds like, and what I've known a little bit about Aaron, sounds like they have a fantastic culture.
Yeah, and the culture's a big deal. But at the same time, like I look at this whole thing and I think, like, Dustin, like, you're looking at this and you're seeing all these similarities of how you went through all this stuff. I'm sure there's got to be some moments where Aaron's like sitting there thinking, okay, how long can we sustain what we're doing, the way we're doing it, and what changes are we going to have to start making really quickly as we keep growing this in order to scale it properly?
Yeah, I mean, you grew from 1 point something million to like 8. I mean, that's like on a percentage basis, that's insane. You probably never do that again, right? It'll and that's something that young companies can be proud of and actually achieve, is like incredible growth like that, like changing people's lives and their life because they're able to like increase in size on a percentage basis so quickly. Of course, as you get bigger numbers, of course it becomes more difficult. You have other obstacles you need to overcome. But, one of the things I'll tell you is like the fantastic people that I've met from your company, and it sounds like the great culture that you have. Make sure that you always have like that upward mobility for your people, right? Because people want to always progress in life, right? If they don't feel progress or feel like they're valued, then that's when people start leaving. So having continuous growth, people are able to move up in the company. When you look at like stagnant old companies, people lose the excitement, right? You don't have this awesome culture that you're experiencing right now in these stagnant old companies, because nobody can move up till somebody dies or quits or retires, or so just keep that in mind. Like, realize where you're at today, and like put that culture, like lock it away in your head mentally, and say, I got to hang on to this memory of where we are today, what it feels like today, the excitement to be in my company today. Because when you grow like what you've grown, everybody in your company is seeing the potential. They're excited, but you're excited. The momentum's going. Keep it going. Try to keep that feeling, even though you may not be able to ever grow by 100% again. Keep that culture and that feel.
I think that it's kind of dangerous though or it's easy to lose that feeling though, because we're talking about emotions here a little bit. Like, you guys have grown. Like, I feel like Indy Roof Company is grown because of that emotion, that feeling of, we're doing something so cool and it's so passionate, and it's just like anything else in life. Over time, that level tends to, like, it's harder and harder and harder to get excited about it. What do you do to keep that? Because you guys have a really awesome culture at Apple. I've been in your business. I've been in your office. I'm sure the facilities help that a lot too. But what do you guys do to like remain intentional on keeping that culture so focused?
Well, you're going to find out. Like, I'm guessing you get to spend a lot of time with each of your people, right? Like right now. And as there become more and more people involved in your business, and maybe time gets more demanding of your time, it can become something that you forget about, right? Of making sure that people see you every day, and that you give them feedback that, what, hey, thank you, man, I appreciate what you're doing here. Make sure that they know they're valued and appreciated. And you're going to have to start like being more intentional about that than you've ever had to be, right? Because right now it's just natural. You're in there, you're seeing them, you're in the trenches with them. It's like awesome. As you start to grow the company, you're going to eventually, have to come out of the trenches to a degree, or spend less time there and look at the vision and where are we going, and if you can be intentional about like creating, one of the things we've done is like create recognition, right, for achievement, and things like that. I guess that's a big deal as your company continues to scale. They need to see the people that are being successful. They need to be recognized. The new guys are going to be looking at that and saying, hey, I want to do what this guy's doing. You want to reward the good behavior that people are having right within the company, and make that something to aspire to, and make sure you don't lose that connection, with your company. There's a lot of different ways that you can accomplish that, but just make sure you stay as connected as you can for as long as you can.
Thank you.
Man, that's some good advice. That's some phenomenal advice.
So I knew he was going to have good advice when you very first started the segment, and then you asked him, and he was like, well, this is what happened to me. We grew, and then now you have to work on, making sure that basically the quality stays there with your procedures. And that's exactly what we're doing. We actually stopped taking people on because we want to make sure that we don't lose the quality, that all the procedures are done, that we're doing everything properly to make sure that we can service everybody as we do grow. So he already hit the nail on the head right from the beginning. So yeah, man, I love it. And thank you for the advice.
Do you have any questions for Dustin that you can think of?
Not off the top of my head right now.
But, he can call me anytime. I'm an open book.
Yeah,
I can learn a lot from him too. We have always, the big companies have always got to look at like guys like you, because you guys have like this passion going on that sometimes we let fade out, right? Like big companies are always looking at the little guy, going, hey, what are they doing? They got the best new ideas. They're not caught up in routine as much as we are.
Yep.
Right.
There's not like bad habits that have been formed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like there's actually a lot of good synergy we can have by talking to each other, right? Like
I agree.
You're going to see things that I don't. I'm going to see things that you don't. We can help each other out. It's not like we have all the answers. Like this industry is always changing, right? I always like the saying, like, when you're finished changing, you're finished, right? And that no company is too big to fail.
Yep.
We have to keep our eye on the customer, right? Our people.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer. We're very passionate about our people. And I believe that if we treat our people the way we want them to be treated and that they want to be treated, right, they're going to turn around and treat our customer that well, right? So, and that's worked very well. Yep. And just things like that, though.
Yep.
Huge.
Yes, absolutely.
And this has been such a cool segment. Like, I think this has been my favorite one we've done, because seeing you guys interact like this and getting this on camera, this is priceless. Like, anyone that's watching this right now, if you're in Aaron's position where you've just started, like, there's so much that can be said about what Dustin just said here in this entire segment. But Aaron, kudos to you though, man. Great work. I mean,
I'm excited for him. Like, I'm kind of getting Jack sitting next to him.
Yeah, you're like gonna go back.
I remember that feeling of where you're at. Hey, I'm excited right now in my business, but I love hearing a story like this.
This is cool. But hey, man, I really appreciate you guys. Dustin, thank you for what you said at RoofCon, in the panels and everything that you bring to the industry. Like, you, my friend, are like one of my favorite people around here, and I say that sincerely. Like, I love what you do. Come on, man. Come on, man. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this. We're gonna do one more live RoofCon episode, and stay tuned because it's coming from the main stage. It'll be me and Randy Brothers. We're gonna be closing out RoofCon 2020, talking about implementation, and we're going to bring it to you guys live. We're going to stream it. We're going to have this exact setup on the stage, minus the truck. Apparently, I can't drive the truck on the stage. So we're going to do this here in about an hour and a half. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.